Okay, we're out in vicious sunlight, so not really going to see those LEDs. They really don't show up, but they're really smart at night. And just going to launch into the app. Like I say, I've done a whole thing of how to use this app and everything. And there we are. A little bit of delay there. Yeah, quite a bit of delay. You wouldn't be able to fly full FPV, but it's the experience of it. And also we can fly on the actual phone itself, so it's rather nice. But I'm going to fly with a transmitter and using the actual camera as well. So I'm going to record a bit of video. That should be counted up somewhere. Yes, you can hardly see it actually. Perhaps I'll point the camera somewhere else. You can. There we go. There, now you can see it counting up. So we're ready to rock and roll. There we go. This transmitter is really geared for thumbers. So as you can see, I'm sort of better on thumbs. You could use it as a pincher. I fly both ways actually. It doesn't really worry me too much. Oh yeah, you could pinch it I suppose, but I think it's more for a thumber, more of a gaming transmitter. Actual FPV is pretty good actually. Quite impressed with that. The actual camera itself is not bad. I mean, it's only a 0.3 megapixel, and it flies really nice and gently. And I haven't tilted it down this time, so I've just left it up. There we go. So yeah, pretty good. Okay, let's put it through its paces, shall we? So this is in low rate, which is actually quite nice and quite smooth. Yeah, it really is actually. Yeah, nothing too anxious. Ha! But really smart. Let's do a couple of flips, get those out of the way. They're not my thing really, but... Whoa! So you just press the button once, it beep 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 beeps away, and then it flips. Yeah, it does okay. Let me bring it in nice and close so you can actually see it a bit better. There we go. There we go. So not too bad. If that's what you want to do, it's pretty good. I'm going to take it up into second rates. So it's beep beep on the transmitter, and you press this one here. That's a bit better. Yeah, it's quite nice. Hey, really nice actually. Very controllable little quad. I guess a bit of a shift on as well, but nothing too anxious. Nice. Well, it's not going to be good on the video, but never mind, hey ho. Okay, so let's put it down into, up into third rate, sorry, so it's high rates now. And then off we go again. And again, really nice. A little bit more power all the way around. Flies beautifully. That's really nice. You can have quite a yaw on this thing in high rates, but it's totally controllable. I mean, it's really nice. Let me just show you. There we go. So that's roll and yaw, all working very nicely. So it's not too anxious. Some of the ones I've had before, they'll turn so quick you can't even control it. So this is actually totally controllable. Yeah, nice fast pass. I'm going to see about range. If I come over here, I can get 50 meters to the other end of the garden. Hopefully we've got enough battery in it. Right, yeah, no, still not got flashing LEDs. And actually, the LEDs aren't too bad. I mean, get a little bit of a shady area, you'll be fine. So I know, I hope I don't get that flyaway that we were talking about earlier. I know that'll be 50 meters when I actually get over there. So just about there is just on 50 meters. Well, that's fine. Like I say, the yaw is no trouble at all to use. Really nice. Hey, nice. Look at this, fast. Hey, good use. It really does fly nicely. So headless mode, just pop that on there. I'm not particularly a big fan of headless, but it's definitely headless. It seems to be working pretty well. If that's your thing. Very good. Let's pop it off headless. Whoa, and watch what I'm doing. I actually quite like having the props of colour, different colours, so white at the front and black at the back is very good. And the LEDs aren't bad at all. I think I've wound up with, it certainly wants to rotate round to the right. I might have to trim it in a minute. I think I might have touched a trim button when I did something a second ago. Yeah, it's definitely trying to rotate to the right. So. But still flying absolutely fine. Really nice. Like I say, those that FPV is pretty good actually. It's nice and clear on the screen, can't complain about that, that's for sure. Yeah, look, lovely. That's really nice, not too much jello either. I mean, there's no anti-vibration on here or anything, so really very smooth. Really nice. Yeah, absolutely no trouble at all. Whee! Might be getting a little bit low on battery. Oh yeah, we've got flashing LEDs now. That's fair enough. I'm going to stop that video because I know what happens sometimes on these ones. And that was over 5-minute flight, I think, there. I'm just quickly looking at the video. If you don't stop the video, sometimes you can corrupt the end frame and it just ruins, it won't then play. So, well, that's given us quite a good time. Yeah, we've gone now. I'm on full throttle, so I'm going to just stop that there. I would say that was a good 30 seconds afterwards, after the low battery warning. So, really nice little flight. And we've got lots of options we can do with this as well. So this time I'm going to fly it with the app itself, so no transmitter as you can see, apart from my phone. Turn on the controls here, and then we should be all good to go. So up and down on there we go, on the controls. Very nice. That flies really nicely actually. I don't usually get on particularly well with the actual apps sometimes. So I'm going to start recording as well, so I might as well have a little bit of that as well. Or is it not? Let me done that. Yeah, no, it's recording, that's good. So it's a little bit lethargic in 30%, so we'll up the rates, we'll pop it back up at 100%. Yeah, that's fine. Hey, that flies well actually. You don't seem to get that mad yaw at the end, which probably just as well with an app. But I actually enjoyed through at third rates. The yaw was absolutely fantastic. Oh, that's good. And then you can fly it with the gyro off your phone as well. So let me just pop that on. There we go. And bring it back down. Well, you can actually shut the motors off completely, obviously, if you kill them. But so now I can actually, so what I'm doing is tilt it forward, it goes forward, tilt it back, it goes back, roll it to the left, roll it to the right. Sounds like a song that you should put your left leg in, doesn't it? And then you can actually still rotate it and everything. It's quite good actually. Whee! That works really well actually. That was me trying to look at the phone. That's it. So no altitude hold, but you can actually hold an altitude if you get it just about, pitch it just about right. Just slightly climbing. That's very good. Hey, nice. I love the way you can actually kill the motor. I'm sort of thinking when that camera comes off we might well be into doing manual flips or something like that. That's great. That flies really well. Like I say, not 100% on the apps myself, but if that's what you want, that's what you get. It works pretty good. Yeah, so that like I say, it doesn't go mad. It's not really fast in even at 100%, to be honest, on the app. But it's pretty good. Yeah, nice and stable. I'm just trying to get it to sort of a hover point, which is quite difficult to get with sort of quality. There we go, and then you go forward, backwards, and just bring it down a wee bit. That's good. Now I'm getting out of learning not to actually use my right thumb to control it now, so I'm going to take the gyro off and we go back into normal flying mode. And the app and everything, I've done a whole video on that, so I'm not going to run through that now. So that worked really well. Next thing is to play with it with the camera off and just have a blast around with it. I was thinking, that was my idea. I'm going to stop the video, And what I will do, because I know some people do ask about taking stills, it honestly won't be any different, but I will do it for you. Oh, there we go. Whoops. I think that's because I took my eye off it. There we go. So, there we go. How about that? Fantastic. It really is a nice little flyer. Cool stuff. Like I say, you can hand land, hand launch, no problem at all. Okay, so the final flight of the review is everything's stripped off, and I'm just going to give it a go, see how we get on. Now, if you don't fly it, as I was saying earlier, if you don't get it in the air reasonably quick, you have to rebind it. So getting a flashing LED, so I've done nothing to it basically. So up and down on the throttle again, and then it will come back on. The LEDs come on fully, and then you're ready to fly. So it always starts in low rates, so there's no weight on it now, which is kind of nice actually. Cool stuff. I'm going to pop it up into second rates. It's much tighter in second rates, much nicer to fly. This is one of those quads that if you get it turning quick enough, you can actually get one of the props to almost stop turning. There you go. Oh, well, I don't know if the camera would have picked that up actually. Right, now let's try it up in third rates. There we go. That's full pass. Way, that is quite fast. We got that yaw that works really nicely now. Nice. Right, I think that is quite smart actually. Flies really nicely, and you've got all those different ways of flying it as well, which I really like. Certainly no problems with it at all. Nice. That flies really well. Now I'm wondering whether I can manually flip it. I really don't want to damage this quad because I really like it. It really goes well. Let's just try a little bit of a kick out first before we do anything else, because I really don't want to damage it like I say. So we're going to go funnel it. Whoa, that thing really goes. There, and that was me killing the throttle. So I think we could be on for manual flipping. Okay, here we go. Deep breath in. I'll give it a quick rub. Make sure it feels better about it. There we go. Yeah, good, 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 good. Go. Oh, no it doesn't. What it does is kill the motors. So you have to rebind. So I'd have to do it really quickly. So up and down on the throttle and off we go again. Right, okay, so never tried it this way before. So I'm actually going to try it with the flip, then recover it. So I've honestly never tried this before. Yes, I did it! That was probably going to be way too far away for the camera to pick that up, but actually, okay, so let's run through what we did there. We did a flip, which kills the motors when it goes upside inverted, and then I had to rebind it, and it rebound and caught it, and that's pretty impressive, I think, for such a little tiny quad. And it was never built to do that, it was just me being silly probably. Okay, if you're familiar with the channel, you probably know in summaries I like to get all the negatives out of the way first of all, so let's do that. Yep, that's all the negatives out of the way. Let's get on to what this thing does. It gives you a blast. It is really good fun. It's cheap. You get a solid, really good little transmitter, which is comfortable in the hand. I could pinch or I could thumb it. Slightly better at thumbs, I think, but you could use it with pinch with no problem at all. So if you're new to flying, pop the prop guards on, fly in low rate. Get used to flying. You can have as many bashes as you like virtually with this thing. It is, well, I found it pretty indestructible. It seemed pretty good to me, and it's had a couple of serious bashes, which was just playing around with it. That's the idea of the full review. Once you're a little bit more experienced, perhaps you want to pop the camera on, do a little bit of FPV. That works really well. A little bit of lag in it. Probably wouldn't want to use it with goggles, but it's more than adequate, and I've seen a lot worse, I can assure you.
So the FPV is pretty good. Then, of course, when you've got the FPV, the camera carries the Wi-Fi hotspot. So then you've got the ability to actually fly it from your phone or your tablet. So, you know, a huge advantage there again. If you strip it right off, get up into advanced rate, and then just seriously have some fun with it. The yaw in high rates is really nice. It is controllable. It's a little fast, but it just keeps you more keen, actually. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And the LEDs, as you could see in the nighttime flight, they pulse when you're actually in high yaw and really spinning around. Once you slow it down, then they go onto solid. So I never had a problem with losing sight of it in the night flight at all. It was never an issue. And it flew really nicely. It just smooth. Everything's really nice about it. I really enjoyed it. The quads seem to be coming out with this quite normally. I don't remember this happening when I got into quads a couple of years ago. And I'm just going to show you why it cuts out when I do manual flips. So we've got the motors running there. As soon as they come up, as soon as it gets 90 degrees, it kills it and kills the motors. You have to then go up and down on the throttle, sorry, so it's up and down on the throttle to get it to rebind, and then we're all ready to go again. There we go. And it just seems to happen. They obviously don't want you manually flipping, but if you're really quick, you can then rebind as it's coming down and fly it off, which was really challenging and really good fun. I did enjoy it, I must admit. So, all in all, yeah, brilliant. I really loved it. I've had a blast with it, and it was a pleasure to fly. And I think it will be staying in the Tigger hangar, and it might even be coming out later after I finish this review.